The summer of 1981 seemed like a dream for the world. A shy 19-year-old nursery assistant, Lady Diana Spencer, walked down the aisle of St. Paul's Cathedral to marry Prince Charles, heir to the British throne. The grandeur of the ceremony, watched by nearly 750 million people worldwide, felt like the beginning of a true fairy tale. To the public, Diana became an instant icon. Shy Di transformed into the most photographed woman on earth. Yet behind the glittering veil of ceremony and titles, her private world was far less magical. From the earliest days of her marriage, Diana felt an ache that she struggled to name: the absence of true companionship. Charles, more than 12 years her senior, had been encouraged to settle down and choose a bride. Though Diana loved him deeply at the beginning, she soon realized that she was competing with someone who had never left his heart: Camilla Parker Bowles. That unspoken reality haunted her marriage. Years later, in her candid Panorama interview, Diana captured the pain with words that echoed around the world. "Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." In her private world, Diana battled immense loneliness. The grandeur of palaces offered no comfort when her husband's affections felt distant. She began to spiral inward, developing bulimia, a struggle she later revealed with raw honesty. The eating disorder, she explained, was both a cry for help and a way of coping with rejection. Outwardly, she smiled and waved. Inwardly, she carried wounds invisible to most. Still, Diana's spirit was far from broken. When William was born in 1982, followed by Harry in 1984, she discovered a new purpose. Motherhood gave her joy and a sense of grounding that the royal world could not provide. Unlike past royal traditions, Diana chose to be deeply hands-on with her children. She took them to theme parks, McDonald's, and school drop-offs, small acts that reflected her determination to raise them in as normal an environment as possible. In her sons, she found unconditional love, and in nurturing them, she began to rebuild her sense of self. Her relationship with Charles, however, only grew more strained. They often appeared together at official engagements, yet the distance between them was palpable. Diana, sensitive and empathetic, longed for emotional closeness. Charles, reserved and bound by duty, seemed unable to provide it. Their incompatibility, magnified by the pressures of public life, eventually drove them apart. By 1992, they were separated, and in 1996, the marriage ended in divorce. A painful conclusion to what had once promised a happily ever after. Yet Diana's private struggles became the soil in which her public compassion grew. She knew what it meant to feel abandoned, unheard, and unloved. That knowledge gave her a unique ability to connect with the marginalized and the vulnerable. She shook hands with AIDS patients at a time when the illness was stigmatized, walked through minefields to raise awareness, and hugged children who had no one else to embrace them. She offered humanity where others offered protocol. Perhaps the most remarkable truth about Diana's private world is that she refused to let suffering define her. Though she carried scars from betrayal, isolation, and heartbreak, she channeled her pain into empathy. She was more than a princess. She was a woman who sought to heal herself by healing others. Beyond the public eye, Diana's life was not the glittering fairy tale the world believed. It was a story of longing, courage, and transformation. She endured the shadows of a fractured marriage with Charles, the weight of expectations, and the loneliness of palace walls. But in her private moments, she also discovered resilience. Love in its purest form through her children, and the strength to redefine herself on her own terms. Her legacy is not one of perfection, but of authenticity. A reminder that even those who seem to have everything can face the deepest struggles, and yet rise above them with compassion and grace.